And tonight on the Daily Wrap, Donald Trump under fire for saying nothing. You heard me right. We'll tell you what happened last night in New Jersey. No, New Hampshire. Also, is it time to end affirmative action in college? And as the U.S. gets ready for the Pope's first visit to America, the White House and the Vatican are at odds over the guest list. This is the Daily Wrap, live from New York City. And welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Joe Concha, joined by my co-host Rick Unger. Can you believe that people are upset that we're on the guest list to meet the Pope at the White House?
Well, I'm on the guest list. You are too, right?
I just said that, yeah.
Oh, that we are on the...
We are on the guest list.
Actually, honestly, mine I think got lost in the mail. I didn't get it.
That's interesting.
So you'll be there.
Well, because I'm the Catholic one.
Oh,
that makes sense.
I see.
Anyway.
What's everybody upset about?
They're upset
with the guest list.
There might be a transgender that's invited.
Oh, I heard
because
about that. Right.
Pope Frankie, as you call him,
Pope Frankie, my man,
is progressive, and you're a progressive, so that's why he's your man.
I like Pope Frankie.
Interesting.
Good dude.
As we get our Excella tickets ready to go down to Washington D.C.
To
his right, he's a Project 21 member, a Tea Party activist, and the Indiana State Coordinator for Tea Party Patriots. Emery McClendon is here, making his Daily Wrap debut. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here all the way from Indiana.
The Friday show is always great, and I always root for the Hoosiers, going back to Steve Alford, but
great
conversation for another time. Anyway, finally, he is a former FBI Special Agent, a former Navy SEAL, and currently the President of Continued Services. Jonathan Gilliam, sans jokes or props, is here as well.
That's right, and I am not Ann Coulter, in case anybody's wondering.
Wow.
Yeah, but you've been letting us down. Where have those great signs been lately that you hold up?
Well,
you out of material already?
I'm not that funny. I mean,
well, that's true.
I just have a little something funny.
That is true.
I'll work on it.
He may not be funny, but he's fun. All right, let's get right to the Daily Download.
I got such great remarks. Look at this. Then Newsmax, way up ahead. Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. The great Chris Ruddy, I like it too. Donald Trump, first place by a lot.
That was Donald Trump last night in New Hampshire, giving Newsmax a little love. Thank you, Donald. It's Concha with a C, by the way. Ruddy should be mentioning us. Anyway, although Trump did really well in a lot of polls, including ours. Let's show ours, by the way. Mr. Trump at 46.5, Carly Fiorina, which many feel won the debate, but Newsmax viewers feel differently, about half that. And Rubio and Carson about tied to Senator Ted Cruz, and then pretty much everybody else, including Jeb Bush, with only 1.49%. Apparently, people didn't like Mike Huckabee very much either, probably because it looked like he took an Uber cab out somewhere between the 9 and 10 hour because he wasn't getting asked any questions. So, anyway, it's not all rosy with Mr. Trump today. The Donald being criticized for his response, or lack thereof, to this question that was posed to him in New Hampshire.
Okay, this man, I like this guy.
I'm from White Plains. Amen. Okay? We have a problem in this country. It's called Muslims. We know our current president is one. Right. You know he's not even an American.
We need this
birth
question.
certificate, man. But anyway, we have training camps growing where they want to kill us. That's my question. When can we get rid of them?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there. We're going to be looking at that and plenty of other things.
It is interesting that the guy asking the question was actually Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Just saying. That response then prompted this.
This is racist crap, of course, and it's, to me, the big original sin of Donald Trump. Before he went after Mexican people from Mexico as immigrants and as rapists, which was outrageous. Long before that, he said our president was an illegal immigrant. He played that card, and he's still playing it. Apparently, our numbers show us that 2/3 of the people who like this guy, and I like to let him talk himself to death, I have to be honest about it. I think he should build his own grave instead of people saying, don't show him in action. I'm glad as hell we show this in action.
Fair and Balanced, Chris Matthews on MSNBC. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton weighed in on the Twitter, like she likes to do so often, saying Donald Trump not denouncing false statements about POTUS and hateful rhetoric about Muslims is disturbing and just plain wrong. cut it out. Of course, she doesn't mention that she created rumors like this just a couple of years ago when she was running against Mr. Obama, but that's a story for another time. Anyway, it wasn't just those on the left criticizing Donald Trump. Republican presidential candidate Governor Chris Christie had this to say on the Today Show this morning.
Does Mr. Trump need to apologize to the president and to Muslims?
He's got to decide what he wants to do for himself, but I would just tell you that if somebody at one of my town hall meetings said something like that, I would correct them and say, no, the president's a Christian and he was born in this country. I mean, I think those two things are self-evident.
Okay, Rick. Does Trump need to apologize for something he didn't say, for not pulling a McCain and saying, you know what, that's wrong, and the president isn't a Muslim and should have set the record straight right there?
Here's the problem. Everybody is focusing on the president. Leave that out. That discussion's been had to death. If you believe that the president is a Muslim, if you believe that the president's from somewhere else, at this stage of the game, nothing's going to change your mind. That wasn't what I found important in it. What I found important was the guy started off by saying, we have a problem in this country.
Peter Griffin started off that.
Peter Griffin, yeah. We have a problem in this country, Muslims. Well, you know what? Mr. Whoever you are,
Call him Griffin.
Most Muslims in this country are American Muslims, the same as you're an American and whatever your religion is. And what Mr. Trump should have said was, in this country, under our Constitution, these people are Americans, and no, I'm not going to do anything to get rid of them. That's what was offensive.
Jonathan, what do you think about Peter Griffin, that's what we have to call him, not the guy in the crowd. His assertion that there are Muslim training camps here in America, basically ISIS training camps here in America. Do you believe they exist?
I think I think there's compounds where Muslims live. I'm surprised that the Bureau has not gone in and actually, seen if these rumors persist and found evidence for this and then shown us. If there is training camps going on, we need to know about it. And not just the Federal Bureau of Investigation, also state law enforcement. They need to be going there and looking at these things and then let us know.
I just want to quickly jump in to thank Jonathan, and I'm serious, because you gave an honest answer there. I've had to listen all day to people trying to tell me these training camps exist. These rumors have been around for years. They turn out to be cemeteries or other things that Muslim communities are trying to build. The FBI has, in fact, gone in to look at some of them. So far, I'm not telling you they're not there. I don't know. But so far, nobody's turned up anything.
I just think that they have to start answering questions that people have about this, because for two reasons. One, we need to know if there's a threat, and secondly, these types of individuals that come out like this guy in the crowd, there's people out there that are concerned about this, and the chance of Muslims also getting hurt because of these things exists. I think law enforcement and the government, state and local and federal governments need to step up to the plate and put these rumors to rest once and for all.
If you were Trump, would you have repudiated that guy in the crowd?
I would have told him, I would have said, listen, I'm going to give you one chance to rephrase that question, and then I would have just moved on.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Emory.
I concur totally, because we need to know if there is a threat. We need to have the things investigated, but it's been a long period of time, and we've heard these rumors. We've even heard it in Indiana, where I'm from, that there's a camp down around Pendleton, Indiana, or somewhere down around Bloomington, around the IU campus, but nobody's come up with any proof. If there is such a thing, then let it go. The guy, I think, he got himself in there. He asked a question to cause some controversy, and he's got it.
What would you have done if you were Trump?
If I was Trump, I think I would have had him rephrase the question. I think I would have asked him again, why does he feel that way?
The question seemed pretty clear, though.
No, it wasn't, and some great answers from our panelists, I got to say, because there were two different parts to that question.
Sure,
if Trump was responding to the training camp issue, his answer becomes a little bit better. But if he was responding to there's Muslims in this country, what are we going to do to get rid of them? All he had to do was rely on the Constitution. So it wasn't well phrased, and I agree with that. I agree with Jonathan.
I think the comments that some of these, like Hillary Clinton's making and the other reporters, I think that's so over the top, though, to the point where they're making Trump sound like he's the one who said it. And I kind of feel like, he's a little bit taken back, but I think that the press really needs to watch what they're saying.
They're exploiting it for political gain. Clearly,
Yeah,
they see an opportunity to paint not only Trump and the entire Republican Party as
anti-Muslim.
anti-Muslim, very exactly. So That's how it works in politics today, unfortunately.
Politics.
Well, do you think Donald Trump needs to apologize? Probably not going to happen, but go to newsmaxtv.com/comments and let us know. Coming up, is it time to end affirmative action in college? Stick around.